Okay, so yeah, that's where we are now. Let's take a look at that. And I think, yeah, I'm leaving the main case as it is right now. It's looking okay. I mean, there are always some points where you can tweak that, but just for time saving, I will leave it like it is. So if you're not happy with what we have done until now, feel free to go in there and tweak that and give this a little bit more definition. But yeah, just let me stop talking and start modeling again. So with this, we have still the pivot in the center here, and if I look at the scale here, that's all good. We don't have to do anything to that, so let's only hit Ctrl D to duplicate that guy and then scale that -1 in Z. Oops, -1. So let's again select the both objects here. Let's combine those, and then we go in and select the vertices here in the center and merge those. Yeah, doesn't matter if you have any extra verts selected. Okay, so we've got the main case done finally, and it's looking okay. It's looking okay. So now let's unhide those layers that we did earlier, and let's bring that guy into its final position. We go to the side view, check that out. Let me go to shaded mode, hit 5 on my keyboard, and it has to be sitting right under that outer ring that we made, somewhere about here. So let's go to perspective view and check that out. That's looking good. And what you see from here, that the outer ring has to be scaled a little bit out, and we would want to scale that not in X, Y, and Z. We only want to scale this proportionally. So yeah, use the scale tool and then hit Control while scaling in Y. So let's go to the top view and check that out, how that looks. So let me turn off X-ray mode, and let me zoom in on that border here, and let's go back to the quad view, and then maybe hit plus on my keyboard to give that scale tool a little bit more space here. Again, hit Control and scaling in Y, but I'm looking at the top view right now while I'm doing that. So that looks good. Okay, let's check that out, how that looks. Okay. So the distance between those two parts. Let's compare that with a picture. So let me switch to Firefox and look at some images here. Okay, so what you see here, so the distance between the two objects here can be a little bit closer. Okay, that's easy to fix. Just move it up in Y. So yeah, somewhere about here. So I don't want to intersect it here, so maybe we move that down. Okay, we can tweak that later on if we want to, but for now I leave this as it is. We have one issue. As you can see, we don't see our inside parts that we model anymore. So what we could do is, what we have to do is, we have to scale this guy a little bit more. Okay, so let's bring the main case down. And what I think is that we have to move the first pieces that we made in the first videos. We have to move those up a little bit more. Okay, so let's put the main case on a layer. So with that object selected, put it on a layer, hide that, and then let's we could also hide those rings that we made. And then we say, okay, we want to select all the parts on layer 1, select objects. So right click, select objects. That's those parts. But I think it will be easier to select all of those objects. and then go in and deselect the ones that we don't want to move. So hit Control, deselecting this one, the pointers, and the little boxes and rubber boats and all that stuff. So with so we have all the parts selected that are inside that watch. They should be all on the same height. So let's group those together. Hit Control G, and then move that group up to somewhere about here. And then let's unhide our main case. And there you go. That worked out. And let's also show our rings. And let's move that main case up again. And you see it's still getting into that place where it shouldn't. So let's move the main case. So now right now I'm looking here on the inside parts. So let's move the main case right under those numbers that we have there. Somewhere about here. And then we take that outer ring, go to low poly view, go to the side view, and let's select some vertices here, the vertices here down there. Or we could say we select all of those and move those down to the point where we need them, and then hit 3 on the keyboard to smooth that out. And let's check it out how that looks. Okay, I think that's good enough. There's one thing we can tweak here on that outer ring. That's what I realized right after we did that, but that's easy to fix. So select. The problem is, so this is not. If you take a look on the images, this is not going down from this point on. So there's another part that's kind of like horizontally, if you know what I mean, but you will see that in a second. So let me double click on that edge loop here, and then we move that guy up and Y, and then middle mouse over this vertex here so that we get a straight line like that. And then we scale that guy up or out to a point where we want it, somewhere about here. And then we insert another edge loop here right next to it, somewhere about here. And now let's smooth that guy out and check that out. Okay, I think that's okay. Could be a little bit larger even. So let me undo a step here so that we undo the last split. And then we select that edge loop here, double click on that, and we scale that out, or just a tiny bit more, somewhere about here. And then we insert that edge loop again next to it, and then hit 3 on the keyboard. I think that's okay. That's okay. We could also go in and insert another edge loop here to give this more definition, like that. All right. So yeah, that's coming better and getting better here. So again, man, that's almost 9 minutes here. I'm talking and just doing some minor tweaks to that. But yeah, in the end, yeah, it's I think it's looking good for now. So let's go into the next video and take care about those knobs here with those rippled outer parts and stuff like that. Okay, so let me pause the video and see you in the next one.